How often do we find ourselves in life doing all the right things? In other words, I'm doing all the right things I'm supposed to do. I'm following the rules. And even as a result of doing all the right things and following the rules, life still seems to come up a little short. Not what I expected. We do all the right things and we find ourselves in some kind of mess. And it feels as a sense that it shouldn't be that way. Maybe we made responsible financial decisions. Maybe you're actually finally implementing Financial Peace University. You're working the program. You're going through the baby steps. You're getting out of the crunch of credit card debt. You're learning how to begin to build into a future with a budget. You do one of the early steps, which is get an emergency plan, which is your own money, because I don't know if you know this or not, but Visa and Amex are not your emergency plan. It's actually money you should have on the side. Because guess what? Emergencies come, don't they? They happen. And I can remember for us, and we finally, we sold everything we had. I mean, literally, kids were on the block. I'm like, hey, you want one? You know, whatever. They're expensive. Yeah, I could save some money. But just, we're going to go after this. And we had school loans, and we had all sorts of debt, and fighting that. And because all the emergencies come, and the car, and the home, and the things. And I just remember we got to the emergency fund part, and it was your first $1,000. First of all, I thought I was rich because I had $1,000 in the bank that was not going somewhere. And immediately I got the $1,000, and guess what happened? The washing machine broke, the dishwasher broke, and immediately the $1,000 went right out. And I felt cheated. I was like, what? Come on, I did all the right things. Can I get a minute? But then as a reminder, it was the first time I didn't use a credit card to get out of a circumstance. I actually had the money. It was teaching me something, but I did all the right things, and then that circumstance happens. Or we have relationships we've invested in for years, and despite our best efforts, those relationships are beginning to unravel, and we don't understand why. Or maybe we just simply woke up one morning feeling completely overwhelmed. Just life is overwhelming. There's all these things going on, and we just feel the weight of life, and we're wondering, in the midst of all those things, how did I get here? How did I wind up here? See, we like to believe that following God gives us a smooth pass around life's most difficult storms. But the scripture does not teach that. You say, well, no, I came to church. Why do I have a flat tire? Because you got a flat tire. Or I give to the church, and why do I have bills? Because you have bills. This is life. And we're trying to figure out why does that happen. And I believe we're going to see in today's teaching a better understanding. We like to believe that just following after the Lord, that he just calms, there are no more storms in my life. We assume that if I walk in obedience, it's smooth sailing from here on in. But if you walked with God for longer than 5 minutes, you know how this whole thing works. If you only been here for 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how this whole thing works. What I really want us to grab hold of today is to remember is that faith is not the absence of a storm. It's the confidence that Jesus is Lord in the midst of them.